Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about the whole situation involving Atrioc and the deepfake content. Now, I'm going to give a brief summary in case you don't know what's going on, but this has been all over my timeline. It's been in the news. It's been all over the place. There's a lot to be said here, and I think that there are a lot of people coming to really contorted conclusions, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to talk about this, because some of the things people are saying out there are really just not okay in my books. Twitch streamer Atrioc gives tearful apology after paying for deepfakes of female streamers. Popular Twitch streamer Atrioc has apologized after briefly exposing that he had visited a deepfake website that included inappropriate deepfakes of female streamers, including Pokimane and Maya Higa. On January 30th, a clip trying to expose Atrioc for looking at deepfakes of other streamers gained traction. In the clip, Atrioc briefly shows his tabs, one of which was allegedly a deepfake website. This website sells access to deepfake images and videos of female Twitch streamers, including Pokimane, Maya Higa, QT Cinderella. The images and videos are graphic in nature. A few hours after the clip went viral, Atrioc appeared on stream with his partner to address the situation. Now, there's a short 1-minute clip of him addressing this situation. I haven't seen much more out there, so I'll put that clip here.
You know, I've been watching so much fucking, I've been reading so much fucking AI stuff. I'm reading all this fucking stuff about AI and fucking deepfake music, deepfake art and everything. And I'm in these fucking Discords, and I just feel so embarrassing to admit. But I was on fucking Pornhub, dude. I was on a fucking regular ass normal fucking website, and there was an ad. There's an ad on every fucking video for this fucking. So I know other people must be clicking it because it's on every fucking video for fucking deepfake thing. And then I click it, and I'm fucking in this fucking rabbit hole. And at 2 a.m. I don't know. I got morbidly curious, and I click something, and it's just fucking. It's gross. It's gross, and I'm sorry. I really am. I really fucking am. It's not. I don't know. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. But I just really want to get across. It's not like a fucking pattern of behavior. And I don't know what I want to say or not. But
first of all, I have to say, before I keep reading basically the summary of what happened, I feel really bad for his partner, because I don't know if she chose to be on camera or what the deal is there, but truly, I can't even imagine. Already just being part of the scandal in that media circus must be one thing. It must be a whole other thing to be on camera and to have people watching you and analyzing you. And I don't think anyone's judging her, to be fair, to be clear. But still, it must just be very difficult to be watched by so many people in a moment that is so disturbing. So he claimed that it was not a pattern of behavior and that he had only looked at it once. He said he could show the receipt to prove he purchased access to the site on the same day as the clip was made. There's no excuse for it. I'm not defending it in any way. I think this whole category of stuff is wrong, he said. Fans were immediate with their backlash against the original clip, arguing that it was more egregious because he is acquaintances with some of the streamers and their partners. Following the apology, some have been more sympathetic and supported his claims that he has always tried to make his stream a welcoming place for women. This feels like one of the more sincere apologies I've seen, one viewer said. It doesn't excuse anything though, and morbid curiosity isn't a good reason. So then QT Cinderella responded, saying, "I want to scream, stop, everybody fucking stop. Stop spreading it, stop advertising it, stop. Being seen, quote unquote, naked against your will should not be a part of this job. Thank you to all the male journalists reporting on this issue. Fucking losers." Sweet Anita also shared her disappointment and frustration over finding her name attached to the situation. She said, "This story was how I found out that I'm on this website. I literally choose to pass up millions by not going into sex work, and some random Cheeto-encrusted porn addict solicits my body without my consent instead. Don't know whether to cry, break stuff, or laugh at this point." What he said in his quote-unquote apology, now granted, I am genuinely, for the most part, skeptical of a lot of apologies, just because a lot of them don't come off as particularly sincere. I didn't read this apology as particularly sincere because, again, it's one of those things of, you're sorry you got caught. Sometimes that's how people have to learn a lesson, granted, but I had a conversation with someone about this, and what they told me was interesting because I was saying that obviously I find this disgusting. I find this immensely creepy. It all goes back to consent in the sense of if streamer XYZ wanted their bodies out there, if they consented to that, they would either post them on Instagram, Twitter, have an OnlyFans, have a Patreon, whatever. There's so many avenues that any of these streamers could have taken if they wanted to put that type of content out there. That content is not out there. And that's why Atrioc turned to deepfakes to essentially create that content for them without their consent, using their likeness, using their pictures, whatever the fuck you need to use to make that content, I don't know. So already there we have a problem, because you have people who have actively not chosen to put that out there, and you actively chose to not put that out there, but at least put it on your computer, and now it's out there to an extent.
I want to go live because this is what pain looks like. This is what it looks like, okay? Fuck the fucking internet. Fuck the constant exploitation and objectification of women. It's exhausting. Fuck Atrioc for showing it to thousands of people. Fuck the people DMing me pictures of myself from that website. Fuck you all. If you are able to look at women who are not selling themselves or benefiting off of being seen sexually, they're not benefiting, they're not selling it, they're not platforming it themselves. If you are able to look at that, you are the problem. You see women as an object. You should not be okay doing that. And it should not be a part of my job to have to pay money to get this stuff taken down. It should not be part of my job to be harassed, to see pictures of me nude spread around. It should not be something that is found on the internet. It shouldn't be. That shouldn't be a part of my job. And the fact that it is exhausting. And the person that made that website, I'm going to fucking sue you. I promise you. With every part of my soul, I'm going to fucking sue you. That's all I have to say.
And that already is not only extremely disrespectful, obviously, because you're ignoring someone's wishes about their own privacy, but aside from that, it's creepy because you fucking know these people. And I'm not saying it's okay to do it when you don't know them, but I feel like there's an extra understanding of how wrong it is what you're doing when it's directly related to you, as in it's your friend, it's someone you know, it's someone whose partner you might know. Like, they're involved in your life to such an extent that if they are experiencing some kind of sadness, anger, whatever negative feeling, you get to see the inside of that because you know them. You know what I mean? As opposed to just reading about like, oh, QT Cinderella was upset about this. Because you know them to a certain extent, you would have seen what a lot of people wouldn't have seen. You would have seen the unfiltered devastation of it all, which is what makes it worse that you know the person because you know how they would react. The conversation I had with that person was, they were like, well, what if this person was using this kind of as a diary? You know, like in your diary, you might write that you had a sexual fantasy about a friend. I'm not going to judge the sexual fantasy about a friend. I don't want to get into a psychological discussion about that because I am not equipped to do that. That being said, this is fucking weird because if you're writing about something that you had a thought about, you had a dream about, whatever, in your diary, that's at home, that is your own business. To go to the step of going on the computer that you use for streaming and on that computer to generate these deep fakes of not just people, not just famous streamers, you're choosing people that you know and that you've interacted with. I also have to ask myself the really uncomfortable question of how are you going to interact with someone after doing something like that? Like, I truly can't imagine none of this had gotten out. How do you go back to talking to Pokimane, to QT Cinderella? How do you go back to talking to them as if you just hadn't seen this AI generated porn of them? Like, that also to me is a little bit, I just can't conceptualize how exactly that works. And also, I just feel like it's inherently unhealthy to kind of feed the beast here of you're having these fantasies, supposedly, because otherwise why would you make this AI porn unless there's something already in your mind being like, oh, what if I saw this person in this situation? So I have questions there that I don't think I want the answers to. I just can't imagine in what way this could be healthy, in the sense of, even if nobody had found out, how are you really gonna stay friends with someone if he hadn't been caught? There's nothing telling us that Atrioc wouldn't have returned to watching this deepfake porn. And the list, allegedly, of people who are involved in this deepfake porn in terms of what he generated, there are a lot of people. So I'm just wondering, how are you supposed to interact and have this safe space for women when you're doing the exact shit that scares women? I'm just wondering, because I think there's a really big misconception on what it means not be a nice guy, because I know we all know that's a dangerous term to use, but to respect women and to make women feel safe around you. Just because you're not being completely shit, it doesn't mean that you automatically feel safe and women are comfortable around you. And in fact, it's a lot of people exactly like this who are convinced that they're doing all the right things, and then they end up doing this weird shit, which is what makes a lot of women feel a little bit uncomfortable and meh about a lot of people, because it's like, do you really not see the problem here? Like, before all of the scandal broke out, did you not see the problem with taking pictures of people who are your acquaintances / friends, putting it in this AI shit, and having them do sexual shit on screen? Like, did you not in any step of the way here be like, maybe this is not the thing to do, and if I really want women to feel comfortable around me and safe around me, maybe this is not the avenue I should be taking. Now, I think it's needless for me to say that the porn archives, catalogs, there's a lot out there. I also have to ask, why did you have to go in this direction? Which I think is the question a lot of people have, because had this just been random porn on a tab, I don't think anyone would have talked about it after like 5 minutes, because truly, who cares? But here, it's really the extent you're going to make this kind of porn about your friends. I don't even know how you can possibly forgive someone for doing that to you when you're close to them. I don't know how you can look at them as... I don't know how you can look at them, period, but I don't know how you could even go back to looking at them as a decent human being, let alone as a friend. I think that ship has sailed. I saw someone who said something on Twitter that just... Twitter's a hell site, and I just keep going back. But this this person says, millionaire internet streamer's reaction to AI porn of herself. You won't find more fragile people than popular internet personalities, especially women. Now, this is one of the things that pissed me the fuck off, because one thing we're not gonna do is we're not gonna police someone being upset over something. If she is upset that a friend of hers made porn of her, I think it's okay. Like, I think she's allowed. And even if I didn't think she was allowed, guess what? She's still allowed to fucking do whatever she wants to do, react the way she wants to react. It's extremely insensitive, but it's low-key very disturbing to me that someone would have an issue with a friendship betrayal like this, because that's really what part of this is. Apart from the invasion of privacy, we're also talking about a friend doing something really fucking creepy. So it's not just your image out there with your face, it's your friend causing that, which is a layered situation. The thing of mentioning that someone has 1 million followers or millions of followers is like, they're not immune to feelings, and on top of that, you're pointing out part of what makes this so incredibly painful is like, even if she had 50 followers, it still matters, obviously. But the fact that her following is so massive and that this image, whatever is circulating, has circulated through such big audiences is part of it as well, because millions of people are seeing the shit, even people who don't follow her. But because she has a following, it's even more pushed forward at the top of timelines in the news. So I mean, there are a lot of reasons to be upset here, and some rando on the internet saying that someone is fragile for being upset about invaded privacy via a friend, like, that is... And you guys know, I don't use this term loosely. That is psycho behavior. That is actually psycho. And if you don't understand why someone's upset, I think you have a problem there. But anyway, my screaming aside, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.